back, everybody, to another episode of the Movie Social. We are your hosts, Ricky and Stefan.
What's up?
Today's episode, we're going to be going back in time into the 90s. Yes, the 90s. And we're going to be doing a spoiler review of the movie Face Off, starring Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. Man, that's a long time ago.
Oh man,
Talk
can
about
we get
going back in history. It came out in 97.
Sorry, bro. I can't do this show, man, because we gotta bring over 7-year-old stuff.
Now we can still do this. Alright, so before we get into the review of our Throwback Thursday, Face Off, if you are enjoying the channel, you like what we're presenting as content, and you want to see more, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you can know when the next video is coming out, and also give us a thumbs up. And without further ado, Face Off. Alright, so for those who have not seen Face Off, why? Why haven't you seen it? It's been out for years, since 97. Come on, we're in 2020. But as a whole, the show had quite a few different dynamics. I'm just gonna go on the.
You gotta stop calling stuff shows.
The movie itself had quite a few different dynamics. So, all right. Not only were about the characters and the cast, but let's take a look at the visual effects, the items placed in the movie. It was really futuristic in a way, with the prison, with the boots that they had, the tracking, which we have GPS tracking now. Back then, you really didn't have too much of that, and for most people, the way of the technology for the whole face-off portion that the doctor was doing to take the face off, the 3D printing, that wasn't a thing back then. Now you have actual 3D printing. You can 3D print organs and other parts of the human body. They're doing it in hospitals now. And then the being able to change the voice and all that, you didn't really have that as a natural thing back then on an average that you do now, especially with video games, movies, TV shows. So it really was a step above its time for a lot of aspects of that show. That alone made it a phenomenal movie. But the cast of John Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, man.
First of all, Nicolas Cage is practically about 10 years younger than John Travolta. But in the movie, they kind of look almost like they're around the same age.
Agreed.
And him, for most people, when they see Nicolas Cage, they think of more of the National Treasure, Ghost Rider, comical character, not the crazy, serious, wild, bad villain. He's played kind of a villain in a few different things, but this one is one of the few that really stands out, in my opinion. Being the ruthless terrorists, as they call them, planning a bomb at a convention center. And the crazy part was that this is one of the opening scenes, him dressed up as a priest going up to the choir as they're rehearsing out in the open, goes behind one of the members, first of all grabs her, squeezes her butt, and also is all up on her, whispering stuff in her ear, saying stuff that a priest would never say, you would hope. And I'm like, there's two things I can go on with this.
Didn't he say something about a peach? As he always.
I was like, okay. Yeah, it had a whole lot in that moment there. It was crazy. And then you flash forward to them in the pursuit of him trying to leave in the plane, finding out that one of the females on the plane is an agent, shoots her, tosses out the plane like she's nothing. Thought that was wild alone. But then when you get into the whole point of the movie, of them switching faces, John Travolta getting his face put on Nicolas Cage's body, vice versa, and it was just wow. Like, when do you ever see somebody take that approach for a movie? It was original.
Very original.
Will we see a remake of this one day?
They have to do something because it was such a great movie. My whole thing is this. So the movie, and their plan was going as planned until he woke up out of his coma.
And see, back I don't know how many people woke up from comas back then.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you didn't have a round the clock guard on him, or somebody having him handcuffed around the clock. That was the whole point that really didn't sit well with me. Like, how? But it played well with the movie though.
So this is my thought. I mean, versus then movie writing versus us being like, oh, what about this part? You know, in today's society, he didn't bleed out.
No, but see,
because you know what I'm thinking about, right? Like the face was off the entire time.
Yeah, but see, one, they did the laser cutting, so it's supposed to in a way solder off, and then also they bandaged him up so he didn't get infected, so he wouldn't get infected.
Yeah,
and they had it covered, and they really too. At the same time, they also didn't care if he really died or not.
That is true,
because they had no need for him anymore. It was just they weren't going to kill him because.
Yeah, they were basically trying to just preserve the face.
Yeah, they already pronounced him being dead. Yeah. In reality, they didn't even slap John Travolta's face on him. They kept his face inside of some type of solution so it would be preserved and not die out.
And then once he seen it, he was like, "Oh, so this is what they doing? Okay, let me even do it even better than they could." That part right there, yo, when he returned and was
walked into that prison cell with his face on, whoo, you could just see it was just like,
yeah,
oh man. And that's one part I kind of hated, the fact that you kept this such of a quiet mission. You didn't tell any extra people. Like, y'all should have had a whole task force that knew about this.
Agreed. And maybe just maybe tell his family.
Yeah. It got so bad. Your own daughter shoots you in the arm. Now, granted, of course, she really didn't know what to believe at that point.
Exactly.
Another man is wearing your father's face.
Didn't he have sex with his wife?
Yeah, because she didn't know.
I mean, agree. Like, you can't blame her.
And he turned on Wine and Dine after she been shut out for so long.
Bruh. To think that some guy out here has your face.
And is sleeping with your wife.
Sleeping with your wife. With your face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can't your wife... Now, the thing is, they took it farther.
She kind of hinted that it was a different person in a way, but the way he portrayed himself enough to cover it up.
Yeah. They had, in some way, had to, like, okay, so there's certain things that they can change. Because they even changed the voice tones. Because no matter if you change your face... your voice is going to be different.
They put chips in
inside
the...
they changed the hair color, the chest hair color, and the nipples and all that.
The scar, everything. Because he had the scar when the original part of the movie, when it very first started, Nicolas Cage shoots John Travolta because, of course, he's hunting him down. And so the bullet goes through Travolta's back, through his chest, and his son was right there. And they shot right into his son's head. Killed him, the son, instantly. And so that basically started the complete feud and the manhunt for him. Going up, what was it, 6 years later?
I think so, yeah.
Sheesh.
Man, the movie was great, man. And I just thoroughly, I mean, so at the time, I was just watching it with my grandpa and them. And it was like, oh, this is a good movie. But as I got older and I watched it again, I'm like, oh, this movie was flat out awesome for the time that it was and what was happening and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's a classic in my eyes.
To me, one of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies, and one of my favorite John Travolta movies, I would say.
You know, get into Dirty Dancing?
It was good. I didn't say it was great, but this was one of my favorite ones. With both of them, the way they played their roles for their characters, were phenomenal. You being a cop, playing it to the bone, hunting down this person who's haunted, basically, thorn in your side, haunting you for the rest of your life until you can actually exile this demon in a way. And then you playing the bad guy, the charismatic bad guy at that, can get any girl, can do anything he wants, kind of character.
So just before we do end this, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the idea of watching the movie, right? We all know that that's impossible. Switch faces and stuff like that.
And this technology in this
Maybe
realm,
okay.
who knows?
For 1997.
Yes.
For 1997, we know about. But so basically, that means that Nicolas Cage and John Travolta acted like a particular character, right, for a certain period of time,
And then switch.
and then they basically switched.
Yep.
That means they basically played two characters.
Yeah. Both of them.
Which was dope.
Mm-hmm.
And because Nicolas Cage played Castor Troy, and then he also like played John Travolta's character, the loving, caring type of person, and then you had John Travolta's character being the loving, caring person, and then like he just flipped it to like being like mean, conniving, backstabbing character. Acting was flat out dope.
Honestly, I would love to see either a sequel somehow. Who knows? They could play with the little boy growing up now. Nicolas Cage's son has grown up into an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the case may be, takes either path. Something happens, do another face off, or remake it in the modern day.
Okay.
There's a lot of things you can change with the movie for now. You remake it. Everybody's remaking so many different movies. Some that should never have been remade. Let's get a remake of Face Off.
I can see that. I'll definitely more so like a remake. I don't know how they would. I mean, if they could spin it into a sequel, then that'd be dope. But like, I think a remake would probably be better for this kind of movie. But
hey, never
we can
know.
only wish and hope.
But have you guys watched Face Off? If so, did you like it and enjoy it? What are your thoughts on the portrayal of both characters from John Travolta and Nicolas Cage? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Until next time.